Very good morning, students. Chapter 4, we have completed most of the part. But for that, I brought a presentation on historical background. Please go through it.
Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the historical background of psychological disorders. Now, to understand about psychological disorder, we would require a historical account of how these disorders have been viewed over the ages. So, many psychologists have developed theories and models to explain this concept of abnormality. So let's see what these theories and models are to get a better understanding about psychological disorders. Now the first theory or model is an ancient theory and it is still encountered today. It holds that abnormal behavior is explained by the operation of supernatural and magical forces, the evil spirits. The evil spirits here is the bhoot, pret or the devil, shaitan. So these are the supernatural or magical forces that creates abnormality in a person. Now there is a process to cure this abnormality, and the name of the process is exorcism. It is removing the evil through counter magic and prayer. Now we would have watched this process, this exorcism, in many movies where they try to where there is a person who does this exorcism, and he is called the shaman or the medicine man or Oja. So he tries to cure this abnormality by removing the evil spirit from the person's body, mind or whatever. So this shaman is a person who is believed to have contact with the supernatural forces, and he is a medium there. He is a medium through which the spirits communicate with human beings. So whatever the spirits have to tell to human beings, it communicates to Oja and Oja communicates it to people. So through the shaman, the affected person or the family can understand, or people can understand that which spirit is responsible for that problem and what needs to be done to please that spirit or make that spirit leave the person's body, mind or soul, whatever. So this is an ancient theory, and still this theory is being practiced. This process is being practiced. It is all because of the belief that people have. People still believe that there are supernatural forces and magical forces, and there are evil spirits and those are the causes of abnormality in a person. Now the next approach is the biological or organic approach. It is also called the medical model. Now here there are a lot of research based evidence that body and brain process have been linked to many types of maladaptive behavior. So here in this biological approach, it claims that disorders have an organic or physical cause. Now when we talk about this organic or physical cause, it involves the genetic factors, the biochemical process which involves the neurophysiology, especially the working of the neurotransmitters in the brain, and the third one is the neuroanatomy. Now this approach argues that the mental disorders are related to physical structure and functioning of the brain. Take for example schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a mental disorder, and when we take the first factor, the genetic factor, then it says that there is a genetic predisposition in developing the disorder. For example, if a person has schizophrenia, there are more chances that the family members can develop this disorder. Second one is the biochemistry or the biochemistry or neurophysiological factor, which says that if there is an elevated level of dopamine is a neurotransmitter, if there is more of this dopamine being produced, then it can lead to schizophrenia. third one is neuroanatomy. So this says that if there are differences in structure of the brain, it leads to schizophrenia. So which means that if there are abnormalities in the frontal or prefrontal cortex, or if there are enlarged ventricles, all these can cause schizophrenia. So basically, biological approach says that there is a physical cause, there is an organic cause, there is a lot of connection between body and brain, that is brain and behavior basically. So certain type of disorders, correcting these defective biological process can result in improved functioning, that is the maladaptive behavior or the abnormality can be reduced. That is biological approach. The next approach is psychological approach. According to this approach, psychological problems are due to the inadequacies in the way an individual thinks, feels, and perceives the world. Now this approach is clearly explained through different models like the psychodynamic model, behavioral model, cognitive model, humanistic existential model, socio-cultural model, and diathesis stress model, which will be explained later in this chapter. The next approach is organismic approach. The philosophian of ancient Greece, Plato, developed this organismic approach, and he viewed disturbed behavior as something that arises out of conflicts between emotions and the reason, that is, the emotions we experience and reality. There was one more physician called Galen, and according to him, he had explained about four humors, the role of the four humors in personal character and temperament. According to him, the material world was made up of four elements, the earth, air, fire, and water, which combine to form four body fluids. And it is the blood, black bile, yellow bile, and phlegm. I think we've already discussed about the body fluids and temperament, the role of body fluids on temperament and personality by Hippocrates. It is nothing but he has described the same body fluids, blood, black bile, yellow bile, and phlegm in different terms called the sanguine, choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic. So each body fluid describes a temperament or characteristic traits of a person, and it depends upon the dominating body fluid in the person. The person will have different traits. So this is one approach, and we've also learnt about Ayurveda, the concepts of Ayurveda, which has explained about the three doshas or tridosha, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and the role of these doshas in the personality characteristics of a person. And we've also read about the trigunas, the sattva, rajas, and tamas, and the personality characteristics of people who have these three gunas. So this is the organismic approach. Now the next is the Middle Age and the Renaissance period. Now during this period, demonology and superstition gained importance again, and demonology is related to a belief that people with mental problems were evil, and there were a lot of witch hunts happening during the period, that is, people with abnormality were killed. There was also one Christian spirit of charity during the Middle Ages, and Saint Augustine wrote extensively about feelings, mental anguish and conflict, which acted as a foundation for developing psychodynamic theories. And the next, during the Renaissance period, there was increased humanism and curiosity about abnormality, abnormal behavior. People who had abnormal disorders were treated on humanitarian grounds, and witch hunts were stopped. And there was a physician, John Weir, who emphasized on the psychological conflict and disturbed interpersonal relationship in developing the psychological disorders. and he insisted that witches need medical treatment and not theological treatment. That was the importance of the Middle Age and the Renaissance period. Now the 17th and 18th centuries were called as the age of reason and enlightenment, as the scientific method replaced superstitions. That is, people started believing that abnormality is a medical condition and it is not the operation of evil spirits or magical forces. There was a reform movement and it increased compassion for people who suffer from disorders, and the reforms of asylums was initiated in Europe and America. And one important aspect of the reform movement was the new inclination of deinstitutionalization, which gave importance on community care for the recovered mentally ill. So during this period, the superstitions about abnormality changed, and people started accepting this as a medical condition. And this is the history or the historical background of abnormal disorders, and this is how abnormality was understood. Even now we have a lot of superstitions about this abnormality, but still many people have gained that awareness that it is a medical condition and it requires a medical treatment.
Thank you students for watching. Please comment under the video for your presence.